In this video, we're going to talk about one of the things I don't like about the Blink camera. What's up, people? So I was in my basement trying to set up a bar over here, a little dry bar, and I got another notification on my Blink XT camera that the battery is low. So I decided I was going to stop everything and I wanted to make this video for you guys on the Blink XTs. I got the first generation and the second generation cameras, and I loved them at first. They were great. You don't have to spend money on a membership fee or a monthly fee. The price point was great. I feel like you get a lot for your money, but the one downfall that I feel is their battery life. And it kind of irritates me because on the box it says up to a 2-year battery life. Now I am a Ring customer. I do have a Ring doorbell too. I also did a video on that. And the one thing I like about Ring, even though you got to pay a monthly fee, is they come with a rechargeable battery and you can buy more rechargeable batteries. Now I don't know what Blink's doing, but you got to use 2 AA lithium batteries, and there's no way to use a rechargeable battery. I heard a lot of bad things about them, and I think you can use a solar panel, but I don't want to run a solar panel in the front of my house and have wires everywhere, and I don't want to use a plug, so it defeats the purpose of making it wireless. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, it's raining right now, but I'm gonna show you where my cameras are located. Here's one on the corner of my garage. It's going over my driveway here. So this is my backyard. Now what I'll do is I'll show you guys the front of my house. Got one in the corner there. It's going over my front porch. That's the Blink XT2. And then I got one on this side that goes over my driveway. And then of course I got the Ring doorbell there. This is what the front looks like. So I got one going over the driveway here, and I got one that's going over the porch. Now with this camera here in the back, I could run a cord through the corner there, and I do have a plug right here, and now I wouldn't have to worry about the batteries. And that's probably what I'll end up doing. Now with this camera that's covering my driveway here, I could run a wire up through there and then run an outlet instead of a light bulb. And that would fix that. And then if you go over to the corner here, I could run a wire down, and I do have a plug there. I don't want to do that because I think that's going to look tacky. So this one I probably won't wire, but I wouldn't have to run a wire if they just had rechargeable batteries like this Ring does right here. I bought one extra battery for my Ring doorbell too. I always keep one charged, and whenever one goes dead I just swap them out. I have no problems. Now this was 30 bucks, but it was worth the investment instead of buying multiple batteries that are just going to die and I got to replace. This is what they recommend you use, and these aren't cheap. 2-year battery life. So right now with my Blink cameras I'm getting maybe 2 months, which it's not too bad. And I probably could get a little bit more if I actually adjusted some of the settings a little bit, turned them off when I came in just so that they wouldn't go off. But this is the thing. I got 4 people in my family. It's me, my wife, and my 2 kids. That's not including the mailman, the UPS driver, FedEx driver, or any of that. Now my kids don't even have the app on their phones. Even if I was to turn it on and off, my kids wouldn't be turning it off. And the problem with turning off the cameras, because I started to do this and then I stopped, is the fact that you forget to turn the cameras back on. And you go to bed, the next day you wake up, you're like, oh wow, I didn't get no notifications. You check it and you realize you disarmed all your cameras. So that's actually a bad thing. So I don't want to turn my cameras off. Maybe if I'm having a bunch of people come over for a party or a gathering, yeah, I'll turn it off then. But on a regular basis, I'm not going to be wanting to turn it off. It's just a pain. It's a hassle. And then like I said, if you forget to turn it back on, then your cameras aren't going to be armed. My issue is I do not see these cameras lasting, or I should say the batteries inside these cameras lasting 2 years for an average family. Average family saying, you know, husband, wife, you got one kid possibly. Maybe if you're single, it'll last 2 years. I still don't think it'll last 2 years no matter what. You need to have almost like no activity on these cameras weekly for them to last 2 years. I've had my original Blink XTs for a while now, and I just picked up the Blink 2 camera, and I love them. They're great, but one thing I hate is the battery life. The battery life is not as great as they claim to be. And what's the point of having your cameras if, one, they're either dead and you don't want to replace the batteries, or two, you just forget to rearm them because you're constantly disarming them so that the battery life lasts longer. Alright guys, so I hope this video was useful. If you're out there thinking about buying some cameras, the Blink XT cameras, they're great cameras overall. You get a lot for what you're paying, but just keep in mind about the battery use. If you're an average family, something with, you know, it's you, your wife, maybe a kid, you gotta know that there's no way that these cameras are gonna last 2 years. It's just impossible. Even if you turn them on and off, which, like I said, you run the risk of forgetting to turn it back on. So I'm gonna get back to building my bar over here. If you guys liked this video or found it useful, hit that like button. And if you guys like what I'm doing on my channel here, hit that subscription button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys get notified when I post my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.